differences then?
Well, Ninja is definitely like a guard dog, and he's not very active because of his bow legs most of the time, where Gidget is sort of like more of the hyperactive dog and can't calm down, like sort of thing. So they're both very different personalities. Yeah.
Is Gidget a bit anxious that way? Is that part
Yeah, I think that she gets really sort of like ADD in a way. So loud noises or, cars driving past or people walking, she does tend to rile herself up and get quite anxiety ridden when that happens. So it takes a while to calm her down. Even when we take her out for walks, she'll run after cars and people on skateboards and stuff like that. So she's a bit of a handful, Gidget. Ninja's much better.
When did you...
We got them when they were only like 6 months old or something. They were tiny little puppies. So we've had them for 4 years now. Yeah.
What sort of breed are they?
They're Havanese breed. So they're pretty prone, Havanese, to separation anxiety. It's in their genetic makeup, from our understanding of them anyway. So, yeah, so it's mainly previously they used to have a really big issue when we would leave home. So, after about 9 o'clock, after we took them out for their morning walks, even though they would be really worn out from their walks in the morning, as soon as we would leave the house, we would hear them barking, and Gidget would end up rowling up Ninja. So Gidget would be the one freaking out about no one being home, and then Ninja would get really upset as well. So that used to happen a lot with them when they were younger, and only until just recently when we got the dog cloud bed, they've tend to calm down a lot more. I think that they see that as like a comfort thing, and Ninja doesn't really respond to Gidget's riled upness anymore, which is nice when he sits on the bed. So yeah,
It's a big change.
it is a big change.
Yeah.
It's good for us because it was a problem with the barking. Our next door neighbours used to get quite upset about it, and we just don't get that feedback anymore since we've had the dog cloud bed, so it's good.
That's awesome. What was that like?
Yeah, so before we had dog cloud, as soon as we'd get home, Gidget especially would be jumping like so high, like up to your waist, just trying to get your attention, get on you, like would run around in circles and just be like super hyperactive. And that behavior, and that obviously because Gidget will spur on Ninja, they'd both be doing it. But that behavior is just not as bad as what it used to be, especially when we have people over. Because Ninja's a bit of like a guard dog, like I said. So when we would have people over, as soon as someone would come up to the front door, he'd growl, he'd bark, they'd both spur on each other and carry on quite a lot. And they just seem to have stopped being so overwhelming, I guess you could say. They're a lot calmer now. So yeah, what would basically happen is we would leave them for the full entire day. And then as soon as we would come home, like even if we came home individually or separately, they would instantly run up to the door, cry, like howl, and then because they could hear you coming through the key door, and then they'd jump up on you and like dance around you, and they would both spur each other on because they were just so like desperate. They hadn't had the attention all day, and they've been freaking out all day, and it'd take them a while to be able to settle them down, and you'd normally have to go take them out for a walk or something like almost immediately to try and keep their energy levels down. And that's how they used to be. They just don't do that much anymore, so it's good. They are just calmer. Ninja is so much more active outside now. He never used to, because he has bow legs, and we feel like it hindered his ability to be as active as Gidget is, and he couldn't really jump, or he was always just a bit too like afraid to really do anything, so he must have been in so much pain. But he just tends to sit on this bed whenever he feels like it, or I feel like he puts himself on the bed when he starts feeling nervous, and it calms him down, and it's made him he's just so much more active now. He runs after the ball, he keeps up with Gidget all the time. Like, it seems like he's having a happier experience outdoors than just coming and walking with and watching Gigette play while he just sits down and does nothing. So he just seems like a happier dog now, which is nice. No, definitely, it's hard when with animals because we can't like verbally communicate with them. So we never really know what they're feeling or anything like that. And that's super stressful because when you can't ask someone how they're feeling, you don't know how to fix it. So seeing the change in them and, you know, even just seeing them, how they react with other people now, it's just so lovely and like comforting to know that you're doing something nice for your family and you're helping them feel comfortable and feel settled and happy, and just giving them the best quality of life that you can is just a really humbling thing. Makes you feel like you're doing a good job as like a pet owner or, you know, family, treating your family members. So no, it's definitely like having Dog Cloud is really felt like a stronger bond and connection with Ninja and Gidget. You know, it's really nice to know that you're doing something that's actually helping them and giving them a better quality of life, because that's the whole purpose of, if you're going to get an animal, like you want them to be as happy as they can be, and you want them to be a part of your family like they're your own children. So it's a really proud feeling to know that you're doing something well for them. It was, I hadn't been home for a while. So normally what would happen is me not coming home for a while would result in them just being crazy. And at the first time when I walked through the door and they weren't jumping up and down and going crazy, I was a little bit sad because, you know, in a way you want them to do that with you. But I was able to, you know, put all my stuff down, get them to sit in a spot where I could sit down and relax with them. And then, you know, they'd come up and it was just like a really nice moment, because it wasn't like they were frantically trying to not attack me, but, you know, frantically love me and stuff like that. It was just like I had them both there and we're both just patting and relaxing and sharing kisses, and it was just a really special moment. So, and to have that every time now when I walk in the door is really nice. It just gives me a bit of space to settle myself, and then I can give them all the time in the world that they need, and they understand that now, which I feel like they understand it now anyway. Oh, it's pretty like shocking, because if we didn't invest in Dog Cloud, then that would still be an issue. So it's more like the whole realization that it's something that's so small can just create such a big impact in such a positive way. I think that answered your question. So I would say that it's a comfort bed, and it has inbuilt massaging system that you can download an application to your phone and manipulate the massages that you'll give your dog. And I would probably explain to them how you can have different modes with the application. So I know a lot of us are working from home now, but that transition from working from home to going back into the office, you'll be able to, on the app, get notifications to when your dog is sitting on the bed and when it's not. And you can also control the amount of time frame that you want your dog to be sitting on the bed as well. So you do have that ability to also manage the time and also track whether or not your dog is enjoying the certain massage speed or how long he or she sits on the bed for. So you have a lot more control over when they don't want to utilize the bed as well. My first reaction was that it was random, only because there's nothing that I have ever really heard or seen of this being an answer for dogs before. I also don't think that, like, you know, there is a lot of market or understanding surrounding dogs' anxiety. I don't think people really sort of believe in that. So when I actually got to understand how this works and then actually see the end result, you just have a completely different mindset, like don't knock things before you try it sort of thing. I mean, it's a really comfy bed even without the massager. So regardless, it's they love it regardless. It literally was just that though, because I've just never heard or seen anything. So when sometimes we're instinctually like we're instinctually made to have a negative connotation towards something that we know nothing about. And that was just purely it. It was just a product that I'd never seen before and just couldn't understand how it worked. And as soon as I knew how it worked and what it actually did, and it made sense to me. Yeah. I've definitely seen like the switch in their personalities. So when I was explaining earlier how Ninja's more of a guard dog and more of a chilled out dog and she's hyper ADD, they've tend to have not completely swapped but almost merged each other's personalities together. So Gigette is more mellow, like still hyper and energetic, but she's more mellow than what she was before. And Ninja is more energetic and he does more stuff. So they're completely different dogs, but in both ways they've just elevated the levels that they were lacking, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely the relaxation and them being able to sit on the massage bed whenever they please, and them associating that bed with comfort, I think definitely helps. I did have something else in my mind, but it's just gone now. That's what I was going to say, yeah. Because of the way that they used to act when we would leave home, having this bed is their way of, they tend to sit on that after a while, because we monitor them on their phone. So they tend to sit on that after a while after you've left, and then that's just their routine now. It's like as soon as they know you're gone, that's where I'll go sit, because that's where I'm going to feel most comfortable and secure. And then they end up sleeping for ages, and because they're just so relaxed and they just don't feel like there's any threat around them or any reason to be worried. So yeah, sorry. So we, because they were so loud and just barking a lot because they were so sad we were gone, we ended up getting a camera and putting it in the house in their main area, just so we could watch them and understand, you know, their schedule after we leave and things like that. So yeah, we got a camera and put it in the main area that they play and they sit. And we would, after we would leave, we would sit and watch them and just try and understand their schedule and why they're barking. Yeah, we just found that after having the dog cloud bed in the house, it started to reduce, didn't happen instantly, obviously, but it started to reduce their anxiety after we left. And they tended to just go over and walk over it after they realized that no one was going to respond to the door or anything like that. They would go and sit with it, and we tend to put it beside the door as well for them at the start, so they could see like this is, because they would always sit at the front door, so we put it right where they would sit so they get used to like moving onto it, and then we moved it around the house and just and we just noticed that it just works so much better for them. I would honestly say just give it a go. Like, all you're going to do is benefit. All you're going to do is create a better experience for your dog. You're not really, and, if you've invested this much time and money into an animal, why not invest a little bit more to make it happier? It's definitely worked for us. And, of course, every dog is different, but you don't get the same bonding experience that you would with just any old bed dog that you could buy from Pet Barn. You know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to, you tend to bond with your dog more because you've got the application. You can actually gain a better understanding of what your dog likes and what your dog doesn't like. And, it is overall just a better experience. I would not buy, if I ever got another dog, I would not buy them just a general dog bed, because I definitely feel like Dog Cloud has worked for us. Yeah. It is actually really exciting, because we didn't realize that Ninja had bowed legs. So that was always a really big concern for us, because he, wouldn't be able to be as mobile, so he'd be getting larger, which would then, cause more problems in the end. So it's really comforting to know that he has this, because if he ever does feel any sort of pain, like, I feel like he's gravitating towards it when he needs it the most. It's even like Gigette has really bad back legs because she'd jump up too high, and she would actually stopped doing a lot of her jumpers and running downstairs and stuff like that because her legs were so bad. But the regular use of this has been helping them. So can only see good things for the future for them. And especially because they are so young, they've got so much longer to live. And if we didn't catch on to it early enough or be able to assist them in their pain early enough, then, you know, who knows what it would have been like in the future. So I'm definitely excited to see the long lasting effects of it, because the short term has already been so good. So, yeah. Because, well, definitely just reiterating with Ninja, you know, if they don't get enough exercise, it's just like dogs get mental health issues just like humans do. So it was always like a concern of mine, especially when he started getting larger, that he wasn't going to have the quality of life like Gigette does, because she is so mobile and active. And that's just all you want, like, as a pet owner. Like, you know, if you had kids, you would want them to have the best life that you could. So why not with your animals, you know? So. Hey. Nice little boy. Hey.
Yeah.
Keep scrolling. Then back slowly toward the top.
No. Hey, Ninja. 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 Good boy. Ninja. Hey. Hey. Good boy. So Ninja, how are you finding it? You comfy? Hey? Oh, good boy. Ninja.
Yeah, can you just look at that again?
Yep. Just keep patting him as well.
Yeah, like check something on the app, then go to full attention to him.
Okay. Oops.
Thank you. Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Hey. Good boy. So we go like this. This is what we do. Ready? You go like this. Ninja. Go like that. Yeah. And then you can feel it vibrate. Feel it vibrate. Yeah. See? Good boy. Feel it vibrate. What about if we try this one? Hey? Yeah, maybe. He'll probably want to stay longer.
Got to get on.
Look, there you go. Is that better? Hey? Come on, lie down. It's comfy. You like it. Look, there you go. Isn't that good? It's okay. Look, go on, sniff it. Go on. Ninja, what's that?
Hey, Ninja.
Hey, Ninja, what's this? Ninja, what's this? He hates cameras.
Yeah.
It's because we shove him in his face all the time. Good boy. Oh, you're a good boy, Ninja. You're a good boy. Oh, you're a good boy. You should get him a treat. Good boy.
How many is now?
What's that?
They're 4 or 5 grand now, Japanese.
Yeah, I've been looking.
Yeah, I think it's 4.5 I saw the other day.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a
Yeah.
We asked
Where'd
for
you?
1,200.
Wow.
yeah.
Sounds like
Oi. Hey,
Can we do one more kiss?
Ninja, give me a kiss. Good boy. Hey.
Yeah. That's it.
Hey, buddy. Hey.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh,
There's a mate of mine, they'll both stress.
Hey,
If you go and relax, I'll get something.
Ninja. You having a good time? You having a good time? You nice and relaxed? Hey.
and they tried
Hey.
taking the time out, not worrying about it like that.
Good boy. Good
And then
boy.
they'll really get to the point of thinking, oh, can we go here? And the ball keep going. And then they just went out and got on the Broncos one night. And a big
What are you gonna smell? Just see you. They're like, gotta get there as quick as I can.
You're a good boy. Just walk with Jessie. Good boy.
Ninja. You wanna be picked up, bud?
Yeah, go for it.
Where are you, Ninja? Hello. Sniff, sniff. What do you smell? Come on. Ninja's got such a sassy waddle to his walk.
If you ever want any movies, let us know.
Okay.
Katie
Give it here.
Block has like a Rolodex of dogs and then she
Really?
trains them.
Where's my kiss?
She trains
Give me a
them.
kiss. Give me a
Oh,
kiss.
really?
And then they feature in the
Good
movie.
girl.
Whenever they need a fluffy white or a fluffy black.
Yeah. Put them up.
Kiss. Give me a kiss. Good girl.
Can we do one more head rub?
Head rub.
She's getting spoiled,
Come here.
if possible.
Come here. Come
Come
here.
back.
I'll give you a head rub. Get a girl.
Sorry.
I like being told what to do, Gigette. Hey. Oh, is that nice? Is that nice?
So there's a Subway up at the up at the where the Night Owl is.
So
Down
good.
here there's sushi. The bakery
Hey.
might be open.
Yeah.
It's probably
Giddy
gonna
girl.
be late for the bakery.
Hey.
What else?
I love that Ninja sits on concrete and Gidget's like straight in the dirt.
There's always to do now.
Yeah.
She was overstimulated because we'd had such a big morning, such an amazing morning, playing, swimming, throwing balls, chasing each other, digging holes, and she was just overstimulated. If the whole litter's doing that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because it's not a one-off, it's all
Yeah,
quite
yeah.
often.
Dogs living their best lives.
Yeah.
Dog's life.
Dog life.
Yeah.
Dog's life just got better.
Yeah.